words associated with their profession is an inspiring professional who has chosen the path of educating and empowering young minds through language and communication. Monjaro Michael F. Bisaya, a licensed professional teacher, major in English, continues to guide students in developing their skills in reading, writing, and critical thinking. Let us give her a warm welcome as she shares her experiences in teaching profession.
Thank you, Ma'am Giovanni, for that warm introduction. Hello. So, good day to everyone, especially to our principal, though not yet around, to our respected teachers, co-resource speakers, and of course to you, grade 12 students. Okay, so when we talk about career guidance, many people focus on courses, professions, job opportunities. But today, I want to share something more meaningful with you, a journey. My journey, because sometimes the path toward your career is not a straight road. Sometimes it is filled with challenges, sacrifices, and moments when you simply have to trust the process. So I will be sharing with you my life experience and relate it later with my career, and also to inspire you as you go along with your journey. Let me start from the beginning. I was a consistent honor student since I was young. In daycare, I graduated as a first honor, in elementary as well. From grades 1 to grade 6, I maintained the position as the first honor. And in high school, I finished as the second honorable mention, and in college, by God's grace, I graduated cum laude. But before I reached that point, my journey in college was not easy either. My course was AP Literature and Language Teaching at the University of Eastern Philippines. One unique and challenging feature of our program was the elimination process. So some of you might enroll in a course. For instance, my course, I also know another course, yung accountancy, may itong elimination round. Okay? So, the elimination process happened during my second year. Not everyone who started the program was guaranteed to finish it. Once eliminated comes ito na course na iyong nakuha, you cannot proceed anymore to the next semester. So, yun na pala, pag-isipin niyo ang iyong course. Humaya siya sa elimination round, dapat mas doble ang effort na iyong igahatag. Okay? Only those who passed the screening and met the standards were allowed to continue, as I said. Because of this, those who survived the program are often referred to as the passionate few. Imagine the pressure and determination that required. Surviving the course was a rigorous task. It demanded not only intelligence, but also discipline, resilience, and the genuine passion for teaching and literature. We had to work hard, study longer, and constantly prove that we deserve to continue the program. Looking back, that experience taught me one important lesson. Success is not just about talent. It is about perseverance and passion. But behind those achievements was a reality that many students can relate to. Life is not always easy. Months before my college graduation, I was already looking for a job. Not because I was excited to rush into the professional world, but because my mother needed medication. So, college pala, anak ako, mga classmate, nag-iisip sila, hindi ka mag-review. Ako sa sa CPRC. Ako, paano ang makatrabaho? Later na ang pag-review. Di ko alam kayo kung paano magsisingit ang pag-review. Kailangan ko mga trabaho kay si mama in the dialysis soon na time. So, ada na dahil ang pressure pag mala trabaho. So, 2 weeks after my graduation, I packed my bags and went to Manila to look for a job. Sa aming mga mag-classmate, ako at pinakaunang nagtrabaho. Sira, nagpupralaan nga sila kay kundi sila mag-i-enroll. Iba nagtikang na pag-review. So, newly graduated, uncertain about the future and carrying the responsibility of helping my family. So during those times na naghahanap ang trabaho, imagine, sa ako ang bagang consistent honor cum laude Pero imagine, I got rejected by many companies. Di ka na ako pagod mga nakakasabay. Diri mga English major, diri man mga honors. So what's wrong? Kaya na kayo sunod sige. Imagine, di ba? Until inabulak gihapon sa time nga nakalandak sa job. Ito na, as an ESL teacher. And I realized one thing, bago ko, God was then teaching me humility. Bakit sa humility ang isusugat? Magpapakumbaba. So, ito nga, yan na achievement as honor students. It's good somehow, syempre, something to be proud of. But it is not a guarantee that someday it would land you a better job. So, and one thing that dapat niyo tatak sa iyong mind as you go along your journey is to keep yourselves always on the ground. Bisan pa kay kung kamo ang pinakabalto, kung kamo lang ang pinakahatasan na achieve sa iyong batch. And also, I realized na God was really redirecting me. Nagpara-apply ako sa BPO industry. BPO industry is ito sa call center. Ito, nagpupuruyang na mga jobs. Si Sir Nurse Jade, nag-agi ito siya nagkano siya sa BPO industry. Okay, so nagkatunak na ako job as an ESL teacher bago ko. Siguro, God did not allow me to be on that job, on that industry kasi dili kaya sa ako health. Because way back in college, masakit nun permiyak nagdismayo, permiyak kaya nga sa ospital. So ginisip ko, aside from God teaching me humility, God was really putting me to where I should belong, which is teaching na. So, in May of that same year, I landed my first job as an ESL teacher at the ICANN Academy. It was my first step into the teaching profession, and it was both exciting and challenging. While working, I was also preparing for the licensure examination for teachers. My schedule during that time was exhausting. I would wake up as early as 2 in the morning to review, then prepare for work at 4 a.m. just to get ahead of the heavy traffic in Manila. I would arrive home at around 10 or 11 p.m., tired from work and hours of travel, but still, I continued reviewing until 12 midnight or sometimes 1 a.m. So, pero naka-oras na nakatulog siya kadlaw, 1 to 2 hours na. My weekends were spent in review centers. And sometimes, ang ginihimo ko sa Manila, nagkakarawat aksin, ito, pag-tutor. Mayan kasi dito sa mga students nga, aside sa kanra school, karag pa magpa-tutor sa, nagkakarawat paksiton during weekends. There were days when I felt extremely tired. Days when I questioned if I could really make it. But I reminded myself why I started, to support my family and to fulfill my dream of becoming a licensed teacher. In September 2017, I took the licensure examination for teachers. By God's grace, I passed, and in December of that same year, I proudly took my oath as a licensed professional teacher. In January 2018, I heard about the submission of applications for Teacher 1 in my province, here in Northern Samar. Unfortunately, I was not able to submit my papers there on time. But instead of giving up, I tried another opportunity. I submitted my application in Sorsogon. Baga ko dirang pwede po kay siguro part na sa ako liwat kinaiya, dirang nahimumuro ko, nga napuro ko kay imagine na 2 weeks after graduation, trabaho. Di kan bago ko, kailangan ko makatrabaho. Aside kay anak ko, trabaho sa kasi contractual man na sa Manila. So kailangan ko makaland sa permanent job. why opportunity sa Northern Samar, mata sa Sorsogon. Siguro kung why sa Sorsogon, bisa na tayo abot na sa Mindanao, mag-a-apply That is how eager I am nga makatrabaho kasi parang diri ko kahuyag nga maasa ak. Kay nanungduman ko after I graduate, siguro once lang nag-aro, kwarta sa ako pag anak. After that, tanan na iton ako. Pag kadto ko sa Manila, pipirahin lang sahod bilang teacher, pero kay nakaligid ako. Pag-apply ko sa Sorsogon, sarili ko nakasahod. Hanggang sa pakalan ko naliwat sa permanent job, ako gihapon sarili nga ipon. So, I submitted my papers in Sorsogon. Out of all the English teacher applicants, I was ranked third, and eventually, I was hired. While waiting for my item, I also applied at my alma mater at the University of Eastern Philippines as a special lecturer. But life had another challenge waiting for me. In May 2018, while I was waiting for both opportunities, my mother passed away. That moment changed my life forever. I suddenly had to take on the responsibility of being the breadwinner, the eldest daughter, and in many ways a second parent to my siblings. At a time when I was also trying to build my career, I had to become stronger just for myself, but for my family. That same month, I received news from the Division of Sorsogon that I already had an item for the Teacher 1 position. I was hesitant because accepting the position meant leaving my family while we were grieving. But I knew I had responsibilities to fulfill, so I decided to go. However, on that very same day that I was traveling to Sorsogon, something unexpected happened. The University of Eastern Philippines called and told me that I had been hired as well. Imagine the confusion I felt at that moment. Two opportunities, two different paths. I prayed and asked God for guidance and enlightenment. After reflecting and trusting His plan, I decided to continue traveling to Sorsogon. My first few months there were not easy. I was far from my family, still grieving for the loss of my mother and adjusting to a new environment. But God placed people in my life who helped me endure. My co-workers treated me with kindness and care, and they became my second family. Then one day in October, a co-teacher invited me to visit their department. There I met someone who was also from Palapag, Northern Samar. Weeks later, she approached me with a surprising question if I was willing to swap positions with her sister, who was teaching here in Cabatuan. Of course, I didn't hesitate to say yes. At that moment, I realized how amazing God's plans are. Sometimes the path may not make sense at first, but eventually, everything falls into place. However, the swapping process was not easy. What was supposed to take 2 months took 3 long years because of the delays and disruptions, including the pandemic. There were moments when the process felt impossible. I even remember a time when I had to ride in a small boat owned by my uncle and cross the giant waves just to submit my documents in the division office of Northern Samar. That experience alone showed me how far I was willing to go just to reach my goal. Finally, after 3 long years, the day came when I was able to return home. But let me tell you something. And now, here I am standing in front of you as one of your former English 9 teachers. Kung maray ang pakaswal, maray kontak niya maging teacher. But let me tell you something honestly about the teaching profession. Being a teacher is not just about standing in front of the class and discussing lessons. The daily struggle is real. As a teacher, I handle many responsibilities every single day. Not only me, tanan kami may kanya-kanyang responsibilities. Aside from a teacher, I am a mother, a parent to my sibling, and of course, a second parent also to my students, to you, with different personalities. Inside the classroom, every student is unique, Some are motivated, some are shy, some are struggling, and some simply needed someone who believes in them. As teachers, we try our best to reach each one of you. In the Department of Education, it is very common for us to handle simultaneous tasks. We teach classes, prepare lessons, check papers, attend meetings, submit reports, organize school activities, coordinate with parents, and sometimes even serve as mentors, counselors, and motivators to you, our students. There are days when everything feels overwhelming. I will be honest with you. There are times when complaining, ano kung saan pag-complain? Reklamo. When complaining feels like the easiest thing to do. When the workload is heavy, when the responsibilities piled up, when you feel physically and emotionally tired. Sige na lang, for example, ano ba ini ang DepEd, wala na sige, pero may napatigdaay. But whenever I reach that point, I remind myself of something very important. I once prayed for this. Dali la. Bago ako sa kuan kan Papa Jesus, Lord, ikhatag din nga item sa ako, i-hire that hihimuon ko matanan, ihatag ko na ako best. Basta ihatag lang sa ako. There was a time in my life when all I asked God was a chance to have a stable job, to be able to help my family, and to fulfill my dream of becoming a teacher. And God granted that. So whenever I feel tired or overwhelmed, I remind myself, this is the very thing I once prayed for. And that is something I want all of you to remember as well. No matter what career you pursue in the future, whether you become a teacher, engineer, nurse, entrepreneur, or anything else, there will be moments when the work becomes difficult. There will be days when you feel like complaining. But always pause and remind yourself, this was once a dream, once a prayer, once a goal you worked hard for. And God granted you. And that realization will help you move forward with gratitude instead of frustration. Dear grade 12 students, as you prepare to step into the next chapter of your lives, remember that your career journey will not always be smooth. There will be struggles, sacrifices, and moments when you feel uncertain. But never let those challenges stop you. Your dreams are worth the hard work. Your goals are worth the sacrifices. And your future is worth the perseverance. If there is one thing my journey has taught me, it is this. Sometimes the path may be long and difficult, but every challenge is preparing you for the person you are meant to become. Trust in your abilities, work hard for your dreams, believe in yourself, and most importantly, trust God's perfect timing. One day, you will look back at your journey and realize that every struggle, every sacrifice, and every delay was actually guiding you exactly to where you are meant to be. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Thank you, Ma'am Jara. So truly, an teaching profession is the noblest among all. There is no engineer, there is no doctor kay kunwaray ang teacher. Tama? Hala, palakpakan ta! Kamay sa